Hello guys, so my name is Jay. Hold on, there's just something missing. Sorry about that. I don't really wash my hair in the morning since I need to go to the work site early in the morning. Anyways, hello guys, let me start again. Hello guys, so my name is Jay. I do photo and videos for architecture stuff. I used to say that, right? I do whatever my clients request to do that for the architecture stuff in South Korea these days. I mean, the technology is changing. Technology change means the market is changing. You gotta be flexible for what you cover for your business. So whenever your clients say, "Hey, yo Jay, can you do that?" or do you do this? And you gotta say yes, and yes first, and think about the rest of it later. Then that's the good way to expand your business coverage anyway. I'll talk about the business sections later. Anyway, today's topic is the above the ground. What is the above the ground? Above ground is autopilot for altitude along with the level of the ground. What does that mean? So that option, when you take that option, the program lets your drone change the altitude by itself according to the level of the ground. So if you do that survey, the flat area, you don't need to change the altitude of your drones, right? Your drones need to fly the same altitude. It doesn't really matter, but if the survey area has like a different altitude like this, which is the hills, the mountains, one example I'm going to talk about in this video is also including the hills. By the way, the mountain, in my perspective, the mountain, the altitude, the height of the mountain is actually at least like a couple of hundred. Just want to mention that in South Korea there's a lot of mountains, so I call that this is the hill. So if your survey area has the hills, if you don't tick that to the above the options, your drone hold the survey mission at the same altitude. But if you take that options, your drone change the altitude by itself, depends on the level of the ground. So when you hit that the starting point of the hill, your drone will change the altitude by itself with taking that options. So once you understand that the background knowledge is, this option is quite simple. I know that some people kind of having a hard time to understand how that it works. If you are curious about it, let me save my word. Okay. So that's why I always said that this is very important. I keep saying that you gotta understand the background knowledge, not just try to learn and how to do it. You gotta understand the background knowledge first, then you can apply to your own missions, own work. That's pretty important. So we're gonna talk about is how to do it above the ground and why we need to do it. I'm gonna talk about it on two factors today's in these videos. Okay, let's do that and how to do that first, and then go to the process. let me talk about the talk process we're gonna do today. Today I'm gonna make the missions, missions on the mission planner, not Litchi one. Litchi mission plan and Litchi mission planner is two different programs. So if you don't know, or if this is the first time you visited my channels, I highly recommend to go to the this link. This link I explained it how to use the mission planner and convert it and import it to the Litchi mission planners and use it for your own subject, your own work, own projects. So we're gonna make the one missions and mission planners and save it and convert it into the import on. Let's take a convert and import to the Litchi mission planners and set up a little bit and set up a little bit with the taking the above ground options and go to the work site and collect the data and come back and process it onto the web ODMs, and we're gonna compare the results with the quality report. You can download it from the web ODMs. So let's do it. And first, you need to open the program's mission planners. I'm gonna add the link of the mission programs in my detailed sections down below, and you can download it if you're the first time. Open it and go to the plan. Go to the plans and draw the polygon. I already draw it. Polygon and draw the shapes. Wherever you want to cover it. So these area I need to cover the for my client. So I draw it. Oh, I don't need this one. Waypoint, delete it. I mouse right clicks and find the auto waypoints and go to the surveys. And once you click it, new windows, and we can adjust a little bit of things if we need it. So the flight time, check out the flight time first. The flight time 14:17. So go to the first step, which is called the simple, and set the altitude, whatever you need. In South Korea, the altitude limitation is 150 without permission. So I set up the 150, and angles, you gotta rotate it and try to find the minimum time you can fly. I think this is the 1417 is kind of minimum for this example. And flight speed setup is 15. And go to the next. We don't need a grid patterns. If you need it, check out the grid pattern as well. But that double that at the time, I guess. And next one, the camera infos. I'm pretty sure that's the camera info which I have the Air to S. And you're happy with that and accept that. I already accepted before, so you gotta accept that. And once you accept it, you will see that the waypoint emissions are like this. So you wanna save it. And you can convert it with that, the program last time I added the link. I will also add the link of the program, which is converter. And then you can import it to the virtual Litchi missions or Litchi herbs. If you use the Litchi herb, you can use the herb, that's totally fine. But one thing I'd like to mention is before you imported the converted files, I recommend you to set up the global setting first. Check out the units, hybrid map, heading mode, customs, return to home when they finish the actions, pass mode. We're not going to use the curve, so we always use the straight line when we do that to the survey. And the cruising speed is 15. Check. Photo interval off. It's already programmed, so you don't need to touch it. Curve zeros and gimbal disabled. Show this confirmation. I don't really mind. And you need to check the used online evaluation to use that the above ground the options. So you must check the online use online elevation. Then once you import files, it will look like this. So if you zoom in, you will see that the altitude at each waypoint, the altitude is 70, which I explained before 150, but this is the already made, pre-made before, so I set up the 70 altitude before. So don't mind the what I set up just before. So all the altitude at each waypoint is 70. So what you need to do is click that first waypoint, and you will see that the option is above the ground. So you want to check it. Then the options already set. Option is already set. So all the waypoints, number of the waypoints, I can see that it's 32. So do we need to do like each point go to the number 2, check the above ground? No, you can actually do that at the multi selection options. So click the first waypoint and hold the shift and hold the control and click the next waypoint. Then you will see that the new menus under the small panels batch next to it. Select all, click the select all, and make sure your ground above the ground option is checked and apply it. And it magically applied it. There you go. So you will see that the first waypoint is 70 altitude, and next one is a little bit lower than the 70, and next one is a little bit lower than the next 70, and then we go up to the hill area. This is a hill area. You will see that this is a waypoint 30. That altitude is 100.7 meters. I'm not sure how to convert into the feet. I'm only familiar with meter. I'm sorry about it. Who is familiar with the feet? But the waypoint's altitude has been changed according to the level of the ground. Is it? It makes sense. Depends on the level of the ground. So once you've done it and save it, and go to the work field and collect the data, and come back to the office and prepare to do the process on the web ODM. The first thing I like to mention, by the way, let me bring that up again. I set up the home point is right below here's the blue. You see the blue roof. Blue house, small blue house, right below that the red roof house. I've set up to the home point right over there. Your first waypoint supposed to be the same level of the ground with this home point. So if you set up the home point, your first waypoint. If you set up the home point right over here, your first set of points is pretty much the same height of same level of the ground of the home point. Has to be the same. Then Litchi program calculated the depends on the first waypoint. The rest of the altitude, the Litchi program is calculated each altitude along with the first waypoints. I hope you understand what I mean. But if you are if my explanation confuse you, just try to remember that your home point and the first waypoint has to be the same level of the ground. That's the very important part. So collect the data, come back and process it, and after processing will be look like this. So I did that the two missions, one with the waypoints and one with the above ground options, one without the above ground options. So let me show you that what's the difference in the 3D models. And the second, without, this is without the above ground. This is the with the above the ground. And when we see that the first without the above ground, let's check out the camera positions. Camera positions almost located the same line in the air. Well, as you can see that on the screen, of course, the camera, each camera positions, all the camera positions located in the same line in the air. That's the without the that's the same the altitude, same altitude. Yes. So when you rotate it, it's almost same altitude, which is located the same line there. You see that? I just want to show that whether it's worked and how did it difference. And when we did above ground, when we see that the camera positions, as you can see that the camera position is not in the same level, same line there in the air. It depends on the level of the grounds. It's automatically they go up and go down, right? So you need to remember two things. First thing is, before you import the converted file from the mission planner, you want to set up the global setting first. And very important part is the used align elevations option. You need to take it first, and after import it, and you gotta take the above ground options at each waypoint. Then you can use it, the above ground options for your own project. Whew. Let me see that what I missed to tell you. So as we saw that the above ground options how actually worked. So but what we want to see that is how the difference for the result. You can download it. If we go back to the dashboard, we can download it from the ODM. You can download the asset. Then there is a quality report. You can download a quality report, and you will see that the different numbers. I will show it here. So left hand side is the one with the above ground. Right hand side is the one without the above ground. If we scroll up the first page, you're gonna see that the GPS error. One with above ground's GPS is lower than one without the above ground. As we can see that its error is a little bit reduced than the one without the above ground option. And if we scroll down to the detail area, hold on. There you go. I'm not really sure about this. I don't really know how to read the details. I'm not like a centimeter measurement for my surveys projects. I only do like auto photos or the very simple process for my clients. But what I can tell you is the numbers here is lower than the one without the above ground option. If we take a look at the horizontal accuracy and the vertical accuracy, the third graph, there is absolute accuracies left hand side. It's pretty much not huge, but pretty much lower than the one without the above ground. So what does that mean? With my understanding is the absolute horizontal accuracy is 2.291. This is examples. I'm not sure. You guys wanna, if you wanna more accurate information, you wanna check out the other professionals' professional surveyors the web page, but what my understanding is, horizontal accuracy is absolutely 2.291, meaning is, say you have like a circle, the diameter is a 2.291, and your drones is somewhere around the inside of that circle, but without the above ground options, is the diameter is a little bit longer. It's like a meter, almost 2 meter difference, yeah. So your above, without the above ground is almost 4 meters diameter circles, and your drone somewhere around there. Which one you think is more accurate, and which one you think is more easy to find your drone? Of course, you can find your drone easily, like a small diameters of a circle, right? So if you take it, you can reduce the error a little bit, even a little bit, all right? So since, gotta admit, I'm not professional surveyors. We are not, the aiming here is that I'm not aiming for like a centimeter accuracies for data collectings, since we use like a consumer drones like Air2S or the Mini, whatever you have. But the only thing we need to do is just taking the options, right? We are not buying the new gears or the expensive or the huge amount of time we need to invest to do that. The only thing we need to do is just taking the option to get the better results. And why not just doing that? So that's my whole point. But if you have like a Phantom 4, like RTK drones, oh, this is huge. So that's my point. So small investments, taking the options, huge the outcomes, like lower than the accuracies. So why not just using that? Let's talk about the benefit of the what can we get using the above the ground option. But the thing I just mentioned from the result comparisons, data accuracy is the main point. The reason why we use that the above ground options, like consistent of the GSD and consistent of the overlap and consistent of the scale of the image that impacts your results. Sometimes huge or sometimes small, depends on the survey area. If the altitude is huge difference, suddenly huge difference, it definitely impacts your projects. So try to use it if your survey area has a different altitude. And other reason is not really important. It's important, but not really important compared to accuracies, like flight regulations. For someone who doesn't know that, say you are flying your drone from the top of the buildings, and you have a limitations like 150 meters, like in South Korea. And if you fly the drone from the top of the building, they measure your altitude from the top of the building. What I mean is, this is gonna be like a 0. You can fly up to 150 meters from the top of a building. But if you start flying the ground floor, that's gonna be the 0. So from that ground, you can fly up to the 150 meters, which means depends on the altitude. If you have like a hills, maybe 2 meters difference from the level of ground, top of the hill and the ground, then you can also fly, technically you can also fly up to the 170 meters from the ground, right? That's the regulations. That's the regulations and the issues. And simplify mission planning. You don't need to individually set up your altitude for each waypoint. You just need to tick it, and the program Litchi calculate automatically the different waypoints and altitude. And smooth flight. Oh, one thing I like to mention is we don't have the side flight sensor. On my case, so Air2S doesn't have the side flight sensor. So taking the above ground the option doesn't mean you can avoid the high buildings or the high tree if that's located a side area next to your drone. So you gotta be always careful, and plus you need to always bring your laptop to change or adjust your flight missions all the time at the work site. That's the kind of pro tip. I always do that. And I think that's pretty much it. Oh, I always forget that mention this one. My website contents are completely free now. Completely free. Why am I gonna charge it? No. All right, hard to answer for that. But the only thing you need to do is just join the communities. Like once you join the community, you can join the free content. I'm gonna switch to the paid content in the future. But you know me, I don't think that's gonna happen very soon. Just once my content level reaches the certain levels, I'm gonna switch into the paid versions of the contents later. But I don't think it's gonna happen very soon. So until then, please enjoy for free membership only contents. You just need to sign my community website. That's all. Right. Well, that was the pretty fast, pretty quick. So to save your time, I put up the extra details. All right, my batteries are out. I had to replace my batteries. So if someone who is interested read the more articles about the backgrounds, I put up the extra details with my field experience on my community website. You can go have a look, and I guarantee you're another 15 minutes worth it. All right, that's it for today, and hope you guys enjoy the videos, and don't forget to subscribe and don't forget to like. I rarely said that, and also I rarely made the videos. Anyway, all right guys, see you next videos. Oh, you guys are still here. Thank you for the waiting. This is something I mentioned at the beginnings. So one time, one of my clients said that, Jay, can you do that? And without this technology, I actually couldn't make it, which is called the Gaussian splitting. The neural technologies for the 3D captures for the geometries is brilliant. I actually found that technology from the NVIDIA about a year ago, I guess. But my hardware, my old computer setup, didn't support that level of the requirements. I forgot about it. And about 2 months ago, Gaussian splitting is pretty old technology, I guess, from now. So about 2 months ago, maybe I should try it. My computer is pretty old, like 4 years old. I upgraded the RAMs, but then, the laptops, I couldn't upgrade my graphic card. My graphic card is a GTX 1660 Ti something, which has like a 6 GB. So I installed it to my computer. Oh my god, it worked. And the result, you know me, I don't really exaggerate some things, but the result is amazing. Compared to like a our old style of the photogrammetries, sorry about that. Result is unbelievable. Unbelievable. I know you guys already know that. The result is unbelievable. So I trimmed out I cut out, I trimmed out, I import to the like Unity and the Unreal engines, and I made a video, I made the scenes, I made the videos, I delivered to my client, and my client just really cried with that price. So I made an extra profit from that as well. So I will introduce this step by step from the another sections or another videos how I did that. You wanna watch it if you are the same positions as me. I mean, as what I do, you wanna watch it. All right, that's it for the end credit. That's it for today. All right, guys. I hope you guys well, and see you guys next video very soon. Very soon. I promise. Very soon. Thank you, guys.